serkalishekab county inoni ko logoyon kobunu sipitalit noton nebo Coast General Hospital nemiten en komosta noton nebo Mombasa.
Mewapatia nafasi waangalie njia kuwe na pathologist ambaye kwamba watamwamini wao wenyewe. Na pili, sipitali itaweza kunipatia ripoti ya pathologist wao. Tatu, tutachukua na ripoti ile ambayo kwamba ni ya stima kuangalia tatizo haswa lilikuwa ni wapi, na pia ikiwa kulikuwa kuna tatizo, lile tatizo lao ndio liloweza kusababisha hii kifo, na yule ambaye kwamba atakuwa ni responsible will definitely have to face the law. Hakuna hivi wala vile.
You are as a sensitive thing like oxygen that is maintaining critical condition of patients in the hospital. My dad now is in the mortuary, and it's because of this that we are publicizing this. We want justice for our dad, because our dad was not to die. If it was not for that oxygen that was switched off by the management, and we stayed here from that period of time until around 9, when the OCS was also notified, and the top management of the hospital was also notified, and the OCS of Tononoka Police Station, they visited the hospital, and we explained the whole story, and they have the whole story with them. It was when deaths were reported, more like 3-4 deaths were reported, because I'm talking about the ward that I was, because it was switched off on ward 5, ward 1, and ward 3, and the ward 6, where I was. And the ward that I was, I can report 3 deaths occurred.
I would say this was a kind of manslaughter. This actually has to be treated as manslaughter because it was
Ye tagengetu eng tetutik choton chetinyege ak tililindo eng emoni ko kagotelel konyoik en sipitalit noton nebo poror nebo Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital lemiten en nganasetab Eldoret kongelelchinetab boisiet kosubke ak nekikayai icheget kambaget konerekini akobo yautik choton che kimakoyonjindos ak icheget nemwoe nguni icheget kole kokomuch koyonjin ak serikalitab county noton nebo Uasin Gishu ak kandoinatet tugul noton nebo sipitali noton nebo Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital. Kikaba icheget kambaget konerekin kit nekimwoe icheget kole magitesta icheget eng tetutiet noton nebo tililindo nebo kasari noton nebo SHA ak katororetab alak en konyoik eng sipitali noton nebo Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
The medical cover, which our members felt that it was inadequate, but we've discussed with the management and we've resolved it, and there is a way that is going to be handled in future.
We closed formally for 2 weeks and have not been running for the last 5 weeks. We have tried diplomacy with the school management. Last week on Monday we went and saw the VC, we talked with him, and he promised us many things. But 2 weeks later, he has just been responding to us casually on WhatsApp and on messages that he will look into our issues, but nothing has happened.
It's very expensive because a parent has to add another 7,000, which is the parent, with the parent should service. If I told that students come from a
Haging logoyotage komwae logoywek tinye anan kagotau konorwet sako anan kibagengeit noton nekekuren Sitima Sacco nebo silingishek cheitito bilionishek 2.5 eng tetutiet noton nebo muswoknotet noton nebo kasari asikomuch konyoru icheget walutik chebo kaimutik choton chebune ichek. Niton kowendi kotoreti en yaetab mungaret en kibagengeit noton kikuren Sitima Sacco ole wendi koigu kelchin eng membaek choton chebo kibagengeit noton bo Sitima Sacco. Mwoe kibagengeit noton kole kakwautyo noton bendi koibe icheget ko asikomuch konyoru membaek choton chelelachen kobunu tetutiet noton nebo registernet eng oret noton nebo muswoknotet noton nebo kasari asikonyoru tetutik choton chekororonen membaek chemiten en kibagenge noton.
To grow a membership from 220,650 members to 385,000 members. That's about 160,000 members in the next 5 years. Number 2, We are looking at expanding our revenue from 10.15 billion shillings to 19.3 billion shillings. We are also looking at growing our assets from 66 billion Kenya shillings to 113 billion. I know my friends are here from the other circles. We want to be the first circle. 2% only was investment income. Today is 18%. That tells you a lot. It tells you that because we're very good at mobilizing money, we are a very liquid institution. So the key question for us is, what do we do with all this liquidity we have? We have an abundance of it. Even if you give loans, how many of those are you going to give out?
We will diversify our revenue streams by introducing innovative financial products, carefully calibrated to meet the evolving needs of our members. Dynamic asset liability management frameworks will be enhanced to optimize returns while maintaining prudent.
Yegistoenge logoyondononiton yetokyinige logoiwek choton chetinyege ak kibagengeit noton nebo lewenisiet ak kamaretab kiwatoshek eng emoni. Ole big choton chekoikoito somet nebo kekwai koigu commissioner en kibagengeit noton nebo lewenisiet ak kamaretab kiwatoshek en emoni nebo IEBC ko biik cheitito 111 ole kokimuch kimong'u koinutikwak asikobelchige ng'echerok choton chebo koik commissioner. Kibendi keyochin bichoton chikilisiet asikimuch kenai akobo kamuget noton netinye icheget nebo koik commissioner en kibagengeit noton nebo kamaretab kiwatoshek ak lewenisiet en emoni ole kimuch kowong'uge boroindo nebo kandoik choton chekimiten en kibagengeit noton nebo IEBC ako kibendi kekwae commissioner choton chelelachen kosubke ak nekiistoge alak en commissioner en kibagengeit noton. Nineni ng'olyon kosubke ak noton.
Do you think you received an adverse report?
Mr. Chairman, I think all the reports that we received were responded to.
Yes, but I'm asking now, why, in your opinion, do you think the Auditor General gave you, as the VC of TUC, an adverse report?
All those queries were responded because we, as a CEO, you are given a chance to respond to the queries. And eventually, we respond to the queries. I know there are cases which took us to Parliament, and we responded to those queries even before Parliament.
EBC, as we speak right now, it's on a transitional trajectory. So we need to make sure that all the mechanisms we are putting in place will allow the Commission to become firm. Before then, we can introduce more advanced transitional mechanisms. So in my own opinion right now,
we can do, and then we can apply in the elections after. I'm just wondering whether we'll be able to get sufficient time to be able to.
Yegistoenge logoyondononiton yetokyinige logoyotage ole kakotau membaekab kot neking'oten ng'atutik nebo boror tetutiet noton nebo chikilisiet eng biik choton chekikoito somet nebo koigu principal secretaries en ministries choton cheterterchin. Principal secretaries choton chetetat keyochi chikilisiet ko cheitito 14 che kokimuch kimong'u koinutikwak kole bendi konomu boroinwek principal secretaries choton yeiwong'uge chikilisionoton ak kenai akobo kamuget noton nebo konomu boroinwek choton nebo koik sirik eng ministries choton cheterterchin. Nineni ng'olyot kosubkei ak noton.
Approach will actually be, first of all, refer to the Constitution, refer to the law, and ensure that that law and Constitution is actually being respected by both the government agencies and the media operators. Number two, where there could be issues operational, my approach will actually be engagement, so that if they are free, they should say what they want, but there is also freedom with accountability.
Comes always to the top. There is very little engagement at the facility and at the county level, and that is one of the things that I believe we could strengthen through an inclusivity approach to establish work councils to make sure that these CBA implementation committees work and to ensure that there is a level of responsibility because not all issues require money.
Age bendigi wangu logoiywekab emet chebo betut ab raini sait 7 ketokyinige logoiyot noton nemwoe kole moche Chief Justice Martha Koome ketesyi rabisiek motwet noton nebo kapkirwok nekamwa kole noton kowendi kotoreti en kasuldaetab boisionik choton chetinyege ak kapkirwok. Mwoe Koome kole kikoim kapkirwok rorunetab rabisiek.
Number of magistrates we require and employ the number of judges that we require. This is a model that we would like to operate in every court station, because in every court station these matters are there and these matters need to be expedited. The other day we were being celebrated at the UN meeting, the one called the Commission on the Status of Women, that takes place every March of every year. Because of our special
Chief Justice in Yoniton matamshi ya kwangu inanitatiza ako Yoniton chitab college kokakiwangu logoiywekab emet choton chebo bet kwen nebo betutab raini en ketesiet noton nebo Glory Wonders TV. Kikure la kipkuruchewen orie machina ile ngolyondo noniton kokane anyomwou bada.